Good morning. I've literally got 10 minutes before, 20 minutes maybe before I have to leave for kickboxing. But I thought I'd come and have my morning brew with you guys. Cheers. Okay. So I was just driving back from the school run then and I was thinking, I was trying to put myself in your shoes if you are sitting there, not in the LinkedIn Mastermind, seeing all the stuff that's going on, the 5-day challenge, all the posts that will be going out, all the opportunities to book calls, with the opportunities with Paul and Michelle to book calls, and thinking, yeah, but right, I can only afford, and even then it's a push for me to, I can probably get that first payment, right? I can ask for Christmas, I can cut down on some subscriptions, I can not go for a coffee, I can not go for a dinner, and I can get that 125 quid together, right? I can ask my family to buy me a voucher towards. You can do that, by the way. You can buy course credit from us. I think we did that last year, and I don't think we've talked about it yet. But and if I sat there thinking I can get the 125 quid together at a push, but but 2.5 grand. 1,500 quid I'm committing to, like, no matter what, and then paying the grand back, that's like big, yeah? And it is a big investment, right? So it's like, and you'll never hear me like trying to overcome a price objection, but you will hear me trying to reframe it in your minds around, if it was me, I would take the chance, to be honest. I absolutely would. So that's full disclosure, but that's me, right? I would think if I can get the first month in, that gives me a whole 4 weeks inside the program to make it start making me money. So it starts to pay for itself. And then how can I make it so I'm getting a return on my time investment and my cash investment? So by month 3, the monthly payments are an absolute no-brainer. And I don't even notice them going out because I've got so much money coming in from doing the work. That's the thing with programs, right? Well, the thing with this program, you learn it and then you earn. So it's like, how can I learn and earn quickly with this? If Helen says, yeah, but it's it's a long-term play, could take 6 or 8 weeks for you to start getting results, like start getting leads, then I can't commit to these monthly payments if I haven't got money coming in as a direct result of being in this program, right? So I'd be thinking, this is what I've just been mulling over in the car, singing along to Christmas songs. How would I approach it, and how can I help somebody who's sitting there, might be you, thinking, I get it, I want to join it, but realistically, the 125 quid for month 1 is a push. So what would I do to make sure that joining the LinkedIn Mastermind started to pay for itself by month 2, and I would start making profit by month 3, and I would be happy to pay it. I'd probably pay it off early. You can do that as well. And I'd pay my £1,000 back early because that's the kind of person I am, right? And then I would enjoy the fact that it would feel like it was free forever, and that Helen would be doing all the work and just adding lots of new people to the group. And I'd just build this community, would build, and I'd be in this thing for life. And I could build the community, feel part of the family, do the work, implement the work, have a space to share my wins and my wobbles forever, right? So it's a great opportunity if you can afford it, right? But if you're thinking, it's a big commitment, right? And I'm not sure, if it's the right thing for me to do, right? Well, how am I going to get a return on investment? And that is a genuine question. This isn't a mindset thing. Well, we talk a lot about mindset, right? But it's a practical course, as in we tell you what to do, we teach you what to do, and then you go and do it. So I had a little think this morning, and like I said, I've got to go to kickboxing. That's why I'm dressed like this, with my shorts, with my name on, guys, because I'm a blue belt now. And when I went back to committed to playing, I I absolutely wanted one with shorts with my name on. So I was like, if I go every week, twice a week, for 6 months, I'll get myself my shorts. Okay, right. So what did I come up with when I was thinking this through? Yes, if you take a payment option, you absolutely do get the same access to paying up front. Yeah, of course you do. You get exactly the same. US dollars, I don't know. I'd have to Google it. Michelle will probably Google it for me and let you know. And unfortunately, Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but you've jumped in. Next payment's Christmas Eve. I know it'll pay for itself already. My LinkedIn engagement is up. I've been asked if people can be added to my mailing list. Nice. And I already have more confidence on LinkedIn, which is what it's all about. Right. So, but this is for you, which is amazing, by the way. Welcome to the family, as we say. This is for you if you've not jumped in and you are on the fence thinking, how on earth am I going to get this to pay for itself? Right. So these are the things that I came up with. So the number one, the first thing I would do as a newbie into my program. So one of the bonuses this time, which goes away on Sunday, is the £99 thing training. I'm not going to go into it here. We've got a free webinar on that. If you want that, shout up £99 thing and we will send you the webinar in the comments. Excuse me. Or DM me. In fact, you might be better to DM me, actually. DM me £99 thing. We'll get you the link. Only because this is streaming to a few places and we might miss it otherwise. Okay, so I would create a £99 thing, which is an hour strategy call done over Zoom, £99, no prep, no follow-up, and you send the recording, but you can see the in-depth training on that, on the webinar. And included in the LinkedIn Mastermind as a bonus is the £99 thing training and access to the £99 thing group for specific feedback on your £99 thing. So the first thing I would do if I joined today and I started on Monday, the very first thing I'd do to recoup my £125 as quick as possible and then have some change so I could buy some Christmas presents, whatever I wanted to do with it, or just go out and have a good time, buy some mince pies, I would create my £99 thing in a day, less than a day. Yeah, you don't need a Canva image. I would create my £9 thing in a day. I'd put it out for free that morning. And I would start to promote it without letting my free for free. I'd start to promote it as a paid product that day. So the first thing I would do is I'd be like, I'm not going to look at anything else. Just give me the £99 thing training. Let me get in that group. I'm going to create it. I'm going to put it in the group for feedback. I'm going to get my feedback. Well, I'm not going to get my feedback because I don't care. And I'm going to start promoting it. I'm going to open up my social media. So start making friends with people on Facebook who aren't friends and family. I'm going to put my £99 offer in my headline on Facebook, on my profile in LinkedIn, on my profile in Clubhouse, my profile on TikTok, my profile everywhere I go. With my £99 thing with front and center. And I am going to start to be super active from day one of being in the LinkedIn Mastermind, which sounds counterintuitive but what I want to do is take my advice, everything. I'm going to take Helen's advice. I'm going to make £99. I'm going to make another £99. And then I can relax. Well, I wouldn't relax, but I would mentally think, I can relax because what that means is I've already covered the cost of that first payment. So it's like, whoo, I'm in credit. I've got a whole month to do that, but I would be doing it on day one. I'll be promoting it hard. I'll be being very active on Clubhouse. I'll be being active on Facebook. I'll be active on LinkedIn. I'll be putting out loads of content about my £99 thing. I'll be seeing if anybody wanted. I'll be going to networking things, talking about my £99 thing everywhere I went. And I would look to be selling. My whole focus would be on, I need to sell 2 of these now, and then I've covered my cost, right? Chances are you sell more than 2, but I would be going hard on that. That would be my complete focus. It's my advice. It works. We know it works. We've seen people do it over and over again. So I would trust the process, create my £99 thing, get it out there, and really, really go for it. I definitely wouldn't overthink it. Look at my little hat, guys. So that's the first thing I'd do. Right, the next thing I'd be doing would be get me in the group. Right, I've done a whole session on this that I asked the team to find for me, which I'm going to share again today, about how to make the most out of how I've made the most out of my paid programs that I've been in. So then the next thing I'll be like, get me in that community. 2,000 people in that community, all business owners, get me in and let me start talking to them. And what I mean by that is not by pitching to them, but let me introduce myself. Let me bring everything I've got to that post. Let me start to see what everyone else is talking about. Let me get the vibe. Let me see what I can give to this group, not as in value about what I do. How can I support people? How can I engage with people? How can I be like, wow, that's amazing. That looks really great. Oh, thank you. Like, it's really nice to be here. Like, oh, this is why I'm here. Like, I would be really, really engaging and proactive and making other people aware that not only have I joined, but I'm a really nice person. And then naturally, People will follow the breadcrumbs back to see what it is that you do. And they will say that front and center in all your profiles, right? So I would be getting deep into the group and getting to know it, feeling the vibe, being like, I'm here. I just want to be a part of it. I just want to give to the group. I just want to be nice to people. And I would not be promoting anything in there, obviously. And I wouldn't be DMing people, but I would be like very excited to be there, because I would be. And I would be putting stuff in there and really documenting my progress. I did this whole thing about that, so you can watch that another time. But I'll be documenting my progress, right? So this is who I am. This is what I'm doing here. This is what I'm so excited about. This is how it's making me feel. Then I would be posting around, this is, I'm going to go and do, this is how I'm going to use the program. This is how I'm feeling about it. This is what I'm excited to do first. I will talk about, I've created my Nightly Empower thing. This is how it's making me feel. And I would do all that. And I would be telling the world outside of the program that I've joined the program, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm excited about. Documenting your progress in a program, inside the program and outside the program, is the number one way to get people to see you, like you, and ultimately be interested in buying what you've got, right? Number one thing I would be doing as well. I'll be doing all these things as well. Then I would be being really strategic and thinking, Christmas is coming. And the honest truth is, we all say, I'm going to have Christmas off. I'm going to spend some time with my family. I'm going to be really present. And the actual truth is, we spend nearly all our time lying around, full of food, scrolling our phones, having rows, and just generally thinking, I can't wait to go back to work, right? No, I'm joking. But you do great stuff at Christmas. You do family things. It's lovely. Everyone's off and you can do social stuff. But there's still huge gaps where you're just watching trash telly. You're lying in bed, pretending to have a lie-in, but you're not really sleeping. So I would schedule Christmas, parts of Christmas, some of the dead space of Christmas, if you like, to learn everything. I think the biggest benefit of the Link to Mastermind is you can just learn a lot, and you can just watch everything. You can binge watch a lot, do it in order, but binge watch a lot over a day or two, depending on how you do it. And I would be the best student. I'd be like, I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to start implementing it straight away. And then I've got a better chance of getting leads from LinkedIn, which ultimately is the aim of the game, which is going to pay for this, right? I'd be going beast mode from day one. So beast mode in our world means showing up relentlessly, posting more than you thought was reasonable before, and then you realize it's absolutely fine. Just doing whatever it takes from day one. Because my whole ambition here is to make this program pay for itself and then be making an ROI by month 3. So what am I waiting for? I wouldn't be overthinking it. I wouldn't be dilly-dallying around. I'm in this program for life. So if I get it wrong, it's all right. We can just redo it and get it right. But I would be going public and putting things out there from day one. The other thing I would be doing to get a return on my investment, I'd be putting the calls in my diary. So this is about how do I get it to pay for itself by month 2. By month 2, you'll have had, well, we have got Christmas where we are short, but let's say you're going to have 5 or 6 or maybe more calls. 3 or 4 of them would be with me. I would be buying it now, and I'd be buying it quick. So I'd get the first 50, like the huddle for Monday. So if you're in the first 50 that buy, even if you pay it over 12 months, you come into the huddle with me on Monday morning at 10 a.m. I've got them in my diary. So let me see what times I've got. Right. So Action Takers Huddle. It's in, right? It's in at 10 a.m. And then at 11 a.m. I've got full payers hot seats. And then at 1 p.m. I've got full payers hot seats. We don't know how many full payers we're going to get. So in this example, I'm not going to be a full payer, but I would be in, and I would have my huddle with Helen in my diary and ready to go 100%. I would be in there. I'd be active. I'd be engaging in the call. I'd be in the comments. I'd be part of it, right? I'd throw myself into it. And then the every Wednesday call with the mentors and every other Wednesday with me, I would be on the call. They'll be in my diary. They'll be non-negotiable. They're part of my investment is to come to those calls, and something good always happens. The more the people inside the group know you, the more likely they are to buy from you as well, right? But I would always, and everything I learned on the calls, I would go and implement straight away. That's kind of what I'm paying for. Then from a strategic point of view, to get this making an ROI by month 3, I would be putting in goals, micro goals every single week in terms of the program, in terms of what I'm going to do on LinkedIn and what I'm going to do for my £99 thing. This week, this is what I want to achieve. So it might be sell 3 £99 things, do my LinkedIn headline, post 20 times across different social media platforms. And then on the Friday, I would review that and think, did I take the action? Did I do the work? And the more self-accountability you have, the better it will work. And I would absolutely hold myself accountable, because if I was in a position, and this might sound brutal, but if I was in a position, I have been in a position where £125 is a lot of money for me to find to pay a first instalment, something isn't working in my business. And to invest in a program like this, I'm going to have to learn something different and do something different to get to a position where £125 is not a problem, right? And the magic of this is we'll teach you exactly what to do to go and make lots of money, right? And then this doesn't become a problem. But I would take it very, very seriously, because you have to do the work and you have to hold yourself accountable. But on that, the other thing I would do is I would put my hand up and I would ask for an accountability buddy, and I would ask that person to hold me accountable to my goals, and I would hold them accountable, not just to their goals, but to their actions each week to move them towards their goals. And that, I think, is probably one of the biggest things that you would do inside of my program to get the mastermind to pay for itself in month 2, and certainly for making an ROI by month 3. If you're in my program, if you sign up for my program today and you're not getting a return on investment by month 3, you just let us know, and we'll help you, we'll talk to you, we'll give you feedback, we'll put on calls, and so we can help you get everything lined up and ready to go. Like, we take this really seriously. We're going to work together forever. So it's in our interests to make sure you're making an ROI by month 3 for sure. So there's some of the things that I think are important. I'd love to hear from you guys, of like the people who are in the LinkedIn Mastermind, of what actions did they take in the first, say, 4 to 6 weeks to make the LinkedIn Mastermind pay for itself from month 2, and then be making an ROI on month 3. But they're the things that I would 100% focus on. Number one thing I would do, get the £99 thing training, the £99 thing group, get my 99 thing up, running out, and promoting it from day 1. I would do it all in a day, half a day, a couple of hours. I would use the double fact that 1, it was hard for me to find £125, and 2, that I've given it all to this random woman off the internet as the fuel for my fire to get this stuff done. I would be like, the fact that I couldn't find the money for this is a massive indicator that my business isn't working for me right now. It's not an indicator that you aren't a great business person. You absolutely can be, but whatever you're doing isn't working right now. We will help you transform the way you do business, and LinkedIn will deliver you with the leads that you need, right? Number one thing, I would be going absolutely all in on my £99 thing to get those first 2 sales. Every month, my focus would be, I'm going to sell 2 £99 things. I don't care how, I don't care who, I don't care where, but every month, my number one goal is to sell 2 £99 things. So this training is free. So I'm never worried about where this money is coming from to pay this. And I can relax and actually get into the work, get into being a part of the community, and get into implementing it outside of the community on LinkedIn, so I can then generate leads for my business. But if you're worried about your monthly payment every month, it's a huge red flag that your business isn't working, and you need to actually get into the program and get your head in the game and actually do the work that you pay to learn and implement, right? So for number one thing, I'll be selling 2 £99 things a week, so I can just be like, I'm making money on this program already. Perfect. Self-funding. I would be throwing myself into giving to the group. I would not be shy, and I would be in the group, probably quite annoying to start with, but documenting all of my progress in and outside of the group. And in our program, if there's ever a point where we think it's too much, we'll just let you know. But honestly, it doesn't happen. The more engaged you are, the better the group is for us. The more people, the more open and honest you are about how you're feeling about stuff, the more it feels like a family, the more it feels like a community that people are a part of. So, you can't really get this bit wrong. As long as you don't try and promote in the group or do like bullshit, engagement questions. Like, we don't allow any of that, obviously. But if you're genuinely like showing up for the group, talking about your progress, talking about the work you're doing, talking about your results, talking about your wins, talking about your wobbles, talking about how you feel about stuff, it just creates this amazing community for people. So that alone will get people looking at you and talking about you in a good way, trying to talk to you about what it is that you do, referring you to your friends and stuff like that. 2,000 business owners in there, you'd be mad, absolutely mad to not engage in there. That's how you'd probably make your ROI super quick, right? You'd just be the right person at the right time in that group. I would, in this instance, I'd be using Christmas to block some time out when everyone falls asleep on the sofa. Not Christmas Day, but like I'd be sneaking off for an hour to just learn the lot. I'd become a student of it over Christmas and implement hard. I would be implementing hard over Christmas because most people aren't. And if most people aren't, that gives us the competitive advantage that we need, because everyone else believes no one's doing anything on LinkedIn on Christmas. It means it goes really quiet, which means that when you do step up into fifth gear, you've got a lot more eyes on your stuff, right? There's a lot more people, and people do scroll through LinkedIn at Christmas. It sounds weird, but it's true. I would be going beast mode from day one. I would be taking this very, very seriously, and again, using the fact that I was struggling to get the money for one payment as the fuel to my fire for that. I would 100% put the calls in my diary and show up. That's what I'm paying for, and that's where the magic happens. I would hold myself accountable to set and review my own goals every week. We are putting stuff in place inside the programs, but sometimes I feel like the fact that you've got to pay for it should be, enough. You've got to hold yourself accountable, right? It's your business, not mine. But we also do provide a service where we will buddy you up with somebody to get an accountability buddy. And the other thing I didn't add here, actually, because I was rushing, so I've got to go to kickboxing in 5 minutes, is I would 100% put my hand up for help. If I was joining thinking this is going to be a challenge to pay my next payment, I'd be asking for help. And if I was doing the work and not getting a result, I'd be asking for help, because that is what you pay us for. We've got people in there, we've got the team, we've got the coaches, we've got the ambassadors, we've got the cheerleaders, and we've got the wider community all there for you, right? That's what it's for. Okay, so just a few comments. Rochelle, $165 for the first payment if you are one of our American friends, which is good. And yes, Rochelle, the £99 thing pays for the program. That's how you need to think about it. Definitely. And yes, Donna, I sold my first £99 thing in 24 hours. It works. It absolutely does. And that has to be your focus. I'm going to sell two £99 things every month, and then the rest is profit. Definitely. Yeah, Rochelle, I got my profile nailed of a £99 thing out in the first few hours. Absolutely. Samantha. Lovely Samantha. I had such a huge breakthrough last night after day 3 and stayed up till 1 a.m. writing out how selling one thing at one price could work for me and what my £99 thing would be. I totaled it all up and realised it could bring in over 120k in my business next year, and it felt so easy. Perfect, Samantha. It can be easy. I want it to be easy for you. Simple, easy, one thing to one person. Just get really good at that. Everyone knows you for it. Everyone refers you for it, and all of that good stuff. Definitely. Hi, CJ. Lovely post that you put in this morning. Thank you. Without anyone even promoting in the group, I still bought from some of the other members. You naturally hear what they're doing, and it resonates with you. People I wouldn't have known about otherwise who have all helped me in my business in some way, right? Like, it's just because it's tribal, because we're all in the same community, we automatically more like to buy from each other than from anybody else, right? Love this, Hayley. Morning. Sounds so great. I'm a lover of building a business family, and your groups ooze this feeling. Yes, we are. We're like a family, and sometimes it's not always like love and light, but sometimes it's hard work. But that's families, right? Nice, Hayley. I've had a super week. Sold 4 £99 things this week. There you go. That would have paid. If you can get in and sell 4 £99 things, that's going to pay for your place in the program for a couple of months. 4 meetings next week already. Then a huge interview to do next week. This is expected to bring 30 to 50 £99 things. Scared about doing the interview? Yeah, don't be scared, Hayley. You'll absolutely Smash it. Yes, definitely. Right, I'm going to have to go. But if you do want to speak to Paul or Rochelle, they have very kindly opened up their diaries between 12 and 1. I don't know where they're going to eat today. So you can actually book a call and speak to them and ask them any questions about the LinkedIn Mastermind. And if you need anything from me, send me a DM. I'm going to be answering questions in the DMs from now until Sunday evening, really, when the bonuses go away. But hopefully that was useful if you are sat thinking, I want to do it, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get it to pay for itself. They're the things that I would do, and we put everything in place to make it as easy and fun and enjoyable for you to come into the program, do the work, get return on your investment as quickly as possible. Thanks, guys.